Hello everyone, welcome to some World of Warcraft content. My name is Navarra, and I'm going to be doing a video series on World of Warcraft. I know there's many out there, but I want to put my own little twist on this one. I'm going to be calling it New School, Old School Walkthrough 2024. And the goals for this content that I'm going to be creating is to explore all content in World of Warcraft, PvE specifically. I'm not so much into PvP, it's just never been for me. But if that's something that you guys would like to see, I would be open to giving it a shot. I also want to show how to work the auction house so that people can learn how to make gold themselves. Part of this is being a bit of a completionist. So I will be going through World of Warcraft zone by zone to explore it all. So that way you guys get to see it. If you have not seen it, you might be seeing it for the first time, and I'm happy that I'll be able to bring that to you. We'll be working on killing elite rare spawns. I'll be mentioning where the dungeons are, but when we are ready to tackle dungeons, in the content, it's not going to be in the same moment. We are going to have to wait until we level up to a certain point, so that way we can do the dungeons with ease. We'll be talking about resources and how we're going to use them on the auction house. We're going to be talking about battle pets, and some of the add-ons that I'm using. And we'll get into it. I'll be playing a paladin for this series, just because it can be a good, well-rounded a class. And within that class, we are going to play the Protection Paladin, which is going to allow us to be a tank and allow us to hit harder and get hit harder, which is going to make our survivability go up. I'm just going to make sure that auto loot is turned on, because I want to be picking up as much as I can. All the grays will just be vendoring off. But if we're going to be working the auction house, we're going to need to have quite a bit of gold in order to do so. When it comes to professions, we are going to be first starting off with skinning and mining. So that way we can collect the resources that we need to sell on the auction house for some gold. I do have access to heirlooms, but since this is a completionist kind of guide series, I haven't quite figured out a good, well-rounded name to call it. We'll just call it a series or a challenge. We're gonna not need to really care about leveling all that much. We do have to be careful and not get past level 30 through the starting portion of the game, because I know that there are some times you can be a little too overpowered and you won't be able to complete some of the quests. So once we hit level 30, we're going to pause the XP and complete the rest of what I would call World of Warcraft classic content. Just so that way we don't have issues with some of the quests later on. So if this is something you're interested in, feel free to keep watching. I got some royalty-free music in the background, and if you're interested, I will put a link in the description below. And I hope you enjoy. I'll be providing commentary on what we're doing. I'll try to be funny. I can't guarantee I'll be funny. But this is just going to be a walkthrough. How many of you guys would like to see more of this style content? Put it in the comments below, and I can try many different things. But right now I am working on getting through just the starting quest zone for the humans, and working our way to Elwynn Forest, and that will be today's video. Is getting through those zones. We'll be talking about battle pets, we'll be talking about the auction house. We probably won't be able to make a lot of gold on the auction house, but the one first objective with the auction house is actually just putting stuff on there, making some gold, and increasing our bag space, because I got nothing, and nothing doesn't really get you anywhere in terms of, you know, not having to stop and vendor things. It just that gets very time consuming. It's going to allow us to enjoy questing and not have a lot of running back and forth. So we did get an alchemy quest, or an alchemy recipe, and we could sell that on the auction house. I have Trade Skill Master installed, and it's going to basically give me pricing on what's happening in the auction house for my realm and for all the other realms, so I can put things in there at a good competitive price and make sure I am maximizing my gold, which is part of the challenge of this series. So we're going through the starting zone. Here we have to heal 4 injured soldiers and kill some goblin assassins. Paladin was, I believe, one of the first classes I played in World of Warcraft. It was one of the ones that I first got serious about back in Cataclysm, which feels like it was forever and an age ago. The leveling system was completely different. It didn't scale. It took forever to get to max level, which I think in those days was 100 or something like that. It was definitely a bit of a change. It's nice to see that they've kind of scaled the leveling with you as you play, so that way you don't have to worry about, you know, going into the wrong zone and just getting annihilated, which isn't fun. Sometimes it was nice to have that bit of a challenge just to see what you can do, and you were able to explore your skills or spells, abilities. That way you could see if you could be tanky enough as you're kind of leveling up, or learning how to use your damage mitigation properly. Those days are kind of, I guess, long gone, but there's nothing wrong with the way it's up now, besides that questing issue that I brought up earlier. So on the agenda today, besides just working the auction house and doing some questing, I will be showing you where the dungeon is for this zone. We'll be talking about battle pets, the different kind of mats for professions that will be coming up. We will also, I'll talk a little bit about the story behind the class, if that's something you guys are interested in. Paladin, they're holy warriors, and they like to make sure that, you know, people are good. And anything that kind of comes up, we'll be talking about as well. So the next quest is to extinguish some fires, and alongside that, we're gonna kill some black orcs, or black rock orcs, to get their weapons for our turn-in. So talking a little bit about the auction house, we'll be in Elwynn Forest. We'll be getting a copper ore, stone, and whatever gems that fall. And I'll make sure to point them out when we get those drops. And skinning, because we'll be through questing, we're gonna be killing a lot of different animals, and we can skin them, and then with those mats we can put them on the auction house as well, and that will be our primary source of income until we get to about 10,000 gold. That and selling rares, or buy non-equip items to put on the auction house. Once we get those bags, we'll be able to store up a bit more, and probably just hit the auction house, you know, once, or at the beginning of the series to show you what's sold, and at the end, and that would kind of be our opener closer, just to make sure, you know, it's nice, well-rounded. You have those nice bookends on the video. So one of my favorite things to do in World of Warcraft is just purely level characters. I find it quite enjoyable, relaxing. I really like leveling through dungeons. More back in the day than the way that it currently is in 2024. You kind of skip all the old content, which the content was designed and it's just not easily accessible to the general audience anymore, which I think is a bit of a downer. I'm really hoping that maybe someday they'll change it back, but who am I? I'm not a game designer. I'm just an individual who likes to play World of Warcraft. So I'm just going to turn in these 2 quests. Offload some of the junk that we've picked up. We leveled up. We are now level 5. Remember back in the day, it took forever to level up. Forever to level up. And now we don't have to worry about those things as much anymore.
See you around. What can I do for you? Have a good one.
Alright, so now we're going to slay the main orc here. Kind of the leader of the people who are starting the fires over here, where we got those weapons. So we're just gonna head over there and do that. So a little bit about the class. Paladins are a class that was designed to protect the weak, bring justice to the unjust, and vanquish evil from the darkest corners of the world. These holy warriors are equipped with plate armor so they can confront the toughest foes, and blessing of light to heal wounds, and in some cases, bring people back from the dead. So that's a little bit about the class. The class has 3 specializations. One is Holy, which is a healer, which we might have to dip into to diminish some of our DPS if we're a little too overpowered. I'm hoping we won't have to do that, but if we have to. The specialization that we're going to be playing is Protection, and that's the tank class. And it's going to give us good survivability, because I don't want to be just taking on one enemy at a time. I would prefer to take on a group of enemies just for efficiency's sake. And that will give us ample survivability to vanquish our foes, as they would put it in the description. And then there's the Retribution Paladin, which is a melee DPS class. It's kind of fun. I have one at max level 70. We're currently in the Dragonflight expansion, waiting for the next expansion to drop, which I am excited for. So we're just going to continue on and do every quest that comes our way. If there's a battle pet, we will be seeing if I have it. If I have it, I'll bring it up in the pet journal right here. And maybe we'll level some up as we go. I won't be hitting every battle pet out there, because if I did, this video would be like 5 hours long, and that's not the point of this. The point is to have some nice, relaxing content while you're playing World of Warcraft, or just need something on in the background, and you can see things that you may not have seen in the game before, and you might go out and try and do that content. That's kind of the point. And my completionist OCD. So there's a rabbit there. I have 3 of them. Oh, it's only showing max level, that's why. So we're gonna let that run through. We're gonna clear all the filters. Rabbits. So I got 3 rabbits. I don't think we need to do a battle pet for rabbits. Alright, so we got one. Oh, we also we got one mat here. That's going to be used for cooking when we finally pick that up, and we're going to pick that up in the inn up here. We'll also be picking up the professions up here as well, the mining and leatherworking. Currently, we have the Midsummer Fire Festival going on. We won't be doing that content because I don't feel like walking everywhere with that, and we don't have all the Griffin Masters or the flight point zones unlocked because we're starting from scratch. Oh, and I guess that's the other thing about this. I'm not going to be transferring gold into this character from any of my other characters or any materials. I want this to be a self-contained video. So you get to see it evolve, change, and grow as itself. So we're going to get to the profession trainer here. We're going to get 2 gathering. We're going to grab mining. And any mining nodes that we go by, we'll pick up. And we'll get the skinning profession as well. And we need the pickaxe and the skinning knife. And those you can equip right to your character so they don't take up any bag space. Back in the day, they would take up bag space, and they weren't annoying, but it was just kind of whatever at the time. You accepted that they were in there. So we're just going to offload that there. So we're going to see how we're doing. There's a turning quest here. And now we're going to go to Stormwind, which is the major alliance city. And it has everything that you could possibly need. It's got 2 auction houses, 2 banks. It's got a barber. You can find all your profession trainers there. PvP stuff. I'm not too familiar with it. As we go through here, there's a Griffin trainer or keeper, and you can buy all these when you have enough gold. I already have them, so I don't have to worry about it. So while we're here, while we're doing this quest, we are gonna pick up our fishing rod, our cooking, and archaeology. Just to be efficient, and we'll do those dailies as well. Might as well, since we're here, to just level up those quests and to show you what the professions kind of look like. So here is one of the auction houses and one of the bankers, and we're going to take our Hearthstone as well and make this our home, so we can easily get to Stormwind without having to fly back and forth all the time. It's a little bit of a time saver. So the fishing trainer is over here in Stormwind. You can see it on the map right here, Gray District, just outside of that. So we'll get the fishing training and all the sub specialties of that. We'll get the fishing rod, and we'll get these recipes eventually. And it looks like we don't get the daily probably until tomorrow. So next we'll go and get the cooking. Yeah, the cooking, so that way we can do that, and the archaeology. To round off all the professions, because right now we got 3 out of 5, and then we can work on leveling those up when we come across, a fishing node. When we get cooking regions, we can do that, and if we come across an archaeology section, we can get that done too. palace is just over here in Old Town. We'll turn that in. And we'll pick up the cooking, and we'll get that, I believe, at the Pig and Whistle Tavern. Looks like it's there. And then archaeology is up in, I believe it's called Stormwind Keep. Yeah, Stormwind Keep. We'll learn those recipes. I think there's something that we can do here. If we get simple flour, get 20 of those, the water, get 20 of those, and the melted spices, we'll get 20 of those.
See you later.
And since we're next to the fire, we can start to do some cooking stuff. All the cooking stuff that we're going to do, we're just going to sell to just a vendor, because it's not something that we're going to need. Being a paladin, we're going to have plenty of sustainability, and especially being a tank, we're going to have plenty of sustainability, so we won't have to worry about eating the food. The point of doing the cooking is just to show you what it is. That and, you know, the OCD completionist factor.
You need something?
We'll just sell all that back to her. We'll keep this because the boiled clams uses that. And archaeology is next. There's a Stormwind rat, and I have one of those. I thought I had one of those. I'm pretty sure I have one of those. Apparently I don't. We'll have to get one. So, what do you guys like to do while you're playing World of Warcraft? If you're watching this video, I can assume that you like to watch World of Warcraft videos while playing World of Warcraft, but that's not what everyone does. Do you like to have a snack? Do you like to watch some kind of media, listen to some kind of music? What is your taste when you play? Because doing the grind can get boring. I've done it many times. And this here is just a unique twist on doing that grind, providing commentary, and to see content that I personally may not have seen before. I have done some of the Burning Crusade content, but I can't say I've actually completed it all. I've done the Northshire content, but I can't say I've done that. That's the Lich King expansion. Probably the content that I've completed would have been the Mist of Pandaria content, which was fun. And then, Cataclysm, that was before Mist of Pandaria. I wouldn't say I completed that, but I kind of jumped into World of Warcraft at that point and did not know what I was getting myself into, the kind of addiction that this game gives you. And then I kind of dropped out at the Warlords of Draenor. Can't tell you why. I just did. But I'm happy to be back. Happy to be back. I enjoy this game. There's many different ways to play, and you can play your way. It's not like you have to do everything in this game, like I'm going to do. But if you're not a PvP person, you don't have to play PvP. It's not just strictly one game. Yes, it is defined as one game, but there are many ways to play this game. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's so popular and why people tend to come back. There's just so much variety when you finally get into it and understand it. So now we're getting back to the Griffin Master. Now that we have all of our professions, and we can start working on building our mastery in all the professions. I was debating on getting enchanting just to use the gear, but I think with selling it on the auction house is going to be a better use of our time and to create gold. There are ways to create gold on the auction house with enchanting, people selling things dirt cheap that they cannot sell any other way, or just flipping those items so that way you can generate a little profit from someone else doing those kinds of things. So we're getting back into Elwynn Forest. We do have a quest here in our quest log to get us to Westfall. It's this one here, and we're not going to jump there yet. That's going to be in the next series. And each zone is going to be its own series because, well, if I did more than one zone, the video would be like 5 hours long, and no one wants to watch a video 5 hours long, I don't think. If you do, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want, and if you want a 5 hour long video, I will do a 5 hour long video. And they're not going to be cut. They're going to be a pure video, start to finish. I'll put special effects, but I'm not going to put any cutscenes. It's going to be as I go, because I want it to be authentic. I just want it to be authentic so that way you guys get to see all there is to see. If I cut to different things, like I could cut out all this running from here to there, but why? While we're running from here to there, speaking of, we'll be gathering mats. There's a boar here. We'll kill it and we'll get the mats from it. Now that we have more abilities, we can talk about them. And they're going to change when we pick our specialization. So Crusader Strike is our instant, or not instant cast, but is one of our main spells that we're going to be using. Same with Judgment. We'll be using that one as well. We will also be using Consecration as an AoE, area of attack spell. Shield of Righteousness we'll be using as well when we have the holy power to do so, to help finish off mobs, and just to, do extra damage. If we're ever getting low on health, we'll use Flash of Light. And we can interrupt spells with Hammer of Justice. It mainly works in PvE content that doesn't have a boss. If you try to use it on a dungeon boss, I don't believe it works in the new content. Don't quote me on that. I am not an expert. But I don't see why you would be able to stun a boss like in current raid content. It doesn't make sense. So here we're getting the large candle and gold dust. Once we gather those materials, we're actually going to not turn in the quest, but we're going to come over here to this Battle Pat Tamer. And we're going to complete that as well. For that, we will be using, what is it? Little KT, because he's awesome. He does an AoE attack, which attacks all the battle pets in that area, or that are in, not in play, but that are active and inactive in the battle. And at low levels, it makes it really easy to to just get through those lower battles to make our life a whole lot easier. Quicker. Make it quicker. And again, I'm not doing this challenge for speed's sake. This isn't a speed run video. This is, let's see all the content PvE in World of Warcraft. Next I'll talk about keybinds. So keybinds. I have scroll up and scroll down here for some of my keybinds because I like to play with the mouse a little more often. Not to click on spells. You'll see me do that every once in a while. But it's nice to not have to always hit a button on the keyboard. And it's just for efficiency's sake. One of the other keybinds that I have is on the mouse, and it's for the auto walk. So when I click the auto walk button, it just starts auto walking. I don't have to worry about hitting W. I can have a cup of coffee. I can change something and then come back and do whatever I want. Don't even have to have my hand on the mouse or touching the game. It's just doing its own thing. So we explored the mine as well. And we're just getting these last gold dust. While doing that, we are going to... There's a copper node in here that we're going to try to find. I don't think... Oh, there's a map here. We'll try to find that copper node as well. Because any mats we are going to sell on the auction house unless we can use it for cooking. Anything that we can't sell on the auction house, we are just going to vendor because it will be useless to us anyways. So a small spider leg. We can not vendor, we can cook with that. I don't know what the venom sack is used for, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. We'll probably end up putting that on the auction house as well. There's the copper vein. And this guy decided he wanted to attack us. I don't think so. So just doing some mining here. And I like to keep all the mats that I want to keep at the end. Just a little habit of mine. So we got all of our gold dust. Give this mage a little bit of a hand. Get a little bit of XP out of that. Next we're going to go to that battle pet tamer. And deal with that sort of quest. And we're just going to come up over here so that way we don't have to deal with getting through all those guys. But we are going to have to deal with this one. We just spawned right in front. So now I will show you the power of little XT. Amazing unit for doing this kind of content. Never really used him on max level content, so you know, pets above 25 I probably wouldn't recommend but you'll see I've already eliminated one. The other one's going to come out. And this is, I think, a 3 or 4 round attack. It is a 3-round attack. And it just destroys these low level. So if you just wanted to farm the low level battle pet tamers, use that. And we're going to pass our water off to this guy. And he's going to give us some shiny apples. Because we don't need to keep a bunch around. We're going to combine those stacks because they only work in groups of 20. I forgot about that. And I picked up 25. At level 10, we'll be getting our mount. We're allowed to mount things. So we'll prep for that. So I can't grab my favorite mounts yet. But what I will do is I will grab the Traveler's Tundra Mammoth. That has 2 vendors on it. One of the vendors has a repair on it, which is something that we're going to need. I wouldn't say that we will desperately need. But it is something that does come in handy as you're questing or you're going through dungeons, just to repair your gear, so that way you are maximizing your effectiveness. This is the other reason why, these boars here, the other reason why I like leatherworking as a profession. Since not everyone has it, when they do kill mobs, the mats are just sitting there, free to take. And I make sure to utilize those mats. It looks like we had some horde come through here and kill some people. Because the quests that I want to turn in, the people are gone for. This can happen from time to time. But since we are, we have other things to do as well, we will do some more cooking because we have more cooking mats. So we'll cook up these boar meat. And for those of you noobs, or new people to World of Warcraft, this kind of thing can happen from time to time, where the horde will come in and they'll just kill things because they're evil. Evil horde. But we could do the same thing to them. It's not something that I personally do. That's PvP content, not my thing. I'm here to enjoy the game, not wreck it for other people. It's not wrecking it for other people, it's the way that they like to play the game. So, until they come back, I have a quest here that I can do. Down here. Visit with Maybell. And we'll knock that one out. And again, any sort of mobs that we can gather mats from along the way that are directly in our path, like I could go kill that boar, that are directly in our path, we will be going after, because that's gonna, every one that we kill, it's going to give us basically more gold to work with the auction house. And the first goal is to get to 10,000 gold, which will be a bit of a grind. But once we get to 10,000 gold, we can start flipping items on the auction house, which is kind of, well, it's part of the series. It's part of the challenge that I'm giving myself. Now, as far as challenge, if any of you are interested and wanted to do it alongside me, you most certainly can. I am on Airy Peak server, and if you wanted to join doing this content, I wouldn't say no. And we can chat back and forth and do that kind of thing, so that way it's not just boring old me talking into a microphone, trying to come up with the next fun thing to talk about. So here, yeah, it says I've collected 1 storm wind rat. I don't know why it didn't show up. there's the Stormwind Rat. So we don't need to get one of those. So far, for things that we're going to sell on the auction house, we have some rune leather scraps, which, with the leather working, or the skinning, we can turn into light leather. We're going to be putting this linen cloth on, this rough stone, copper ore, and then this recipe. Because we're not doing elixir or alchemy. We are just starting off with leatherworking and mining. And then we'll probably change up one of those. Seeing as we are a paladin, we'll probably keep mining and then we'll pick up blacksmithing and then we'll level that all the way up through classic and all the different variations of the class. Or not the class, the profession. We got some more boar meat. Let's continue on. The sheeps don't give us any mats, so don't bother. Don't kill anything unnecessarily, unless you like to do that kind of thing. Oh, we have 2 quests over here. This one here is to get the brass collar off of Princess, the boar. And the other one is to talk with somebody. So we'll get this boar. That's not Princess. Princess is the big one over there. But again, I'm just trying to collect as many mats as possible so that way we can sell them on the auction house. Got to get to that 10,000. The only purchase that we're going to make from the auction house is just to get bags. So that way we don't have to vendor things all the time. That's turned in, and we are level 8 now. Woo! And we're 2/3 to having one gold. We'll talk about some of the add-ons that I currently have for World of Warcraft on. The obvious one is the interface. It's using Elv UI, which I like because it looks modern. The old World of Warcraft UI was just, it feels dated. I have to say it feels dated. It feels old. It feels funky. It looks nice. It has a nostalgia factor, and I guess that is something, if I'm going for nostalgia with these videos, I should probably be using that UI. But I like all the benefits that this one has. If I'm questing, it will let me know which mobs are part of the quest objective or not. So nice and easy. And I know World of Warcraft does that already. They put like a little halo on the ground around where that mob is. But it's just, I like it better because you can see it in the nameplate. So, just working on the next quest, which is it's the note to William. Take Grandma Stonefield's note to William Pestle. So, looking at the gold potential here. So there's about 10 gold worth of leather here. There's about 54 silver worth of cloth. There's we're gonna use that. So that's gonna be our revenue source. For the copper, there's about 8 gold worth of copper, and then stone about 50 silver worth of stone. We're not talking crazy numbers here, but a little bit here and there goes a long way, and I'm hoping to show you that throughout the video series. So we'll see if, yeah, it looks like our NPCs have respawned, so we can turn in the quests. We're going to vendor anything that we don't use once we do all the turn-ins for this area. Equip any gear that we get. And then continue on. Oh, we're almost at 1 gold. Maybe with vendoring things, we'll get there. Under that, we don't need this gear. That's gone. And we will convert that. And now we'll press on. So next is collecting kelp. And here we're going to kill some murlocs to get the crystal kelp. Pretty straightforward. So the paladins have 2 resources. They have mana, and then they have these holy light charges. Holy light is generated through, at this point, just Crusader Strike. So we'll be using that. And to use up our holy charges, for right now, we have 2 abilities. We have Shield of the Righteous and Word of Glory. Shield of the Righteous, besides just smacking your enemies around, increases your armor by 53. Well, 53 at the level that I'm at. So it's handy when you're pulling a lot of mobs. To use that when you have the holy charges, just to beef up your damage. So we got 3 out of the 4 kelp, and there is a copper node over here that we are going to take. I believe there's going to be a bunch of wolves around it because that's the history of this node. I've always seen it surrounded by wolves. But this works on 2 levels when it comes to gaining resources. We can get the leather from the wolves. We can get the cooking meat also from the wolves. Yeah, it's a win-win. There's a black lamb, and I have one of those. I'll show you what that looks like. Black lamb. There it is. It looks like a black lamb. Real exciting. I know. So we're going to go and turn in this quest now. Or, you know what? We'll do the scout through the Jasper Mine because it is in this general direction. And for that, we're just going to walk through the mine. I think I said this already, but when I play, I don't like just to pull one enemy. I like to pull multiple, so that way I'm not wasting my time collecting resources. I'm very resource conscious when it comes to this game. I can blame my job for that. I work in retail. Time is a resource. and what you spend it on is important. So you'll see as I'm killing this guy, I know that this mat is just sitting here, and I will probably follow this individual. That way I can collect those mats. And I'll give him a hand. Because I'm a nice human being. Maybe? Yeah, we'll go with that. I do also have an add-on called Rare Finder or something like that. And when a rare pops up, we'll go ahead and kill it. I'm hoping we'll be able to get them all in this series. We'll just have to see what our luck is like when we come across them. And he's probably doing the same quest that I am, judging by where he's going. One of the cool features in World of Warcraft that you can do is the follow. And it will literally follow that character. No matter what. So if you need to walk away from, your computer for a moment, you can just, do that. So we're going to be working on this together. And hopefully, by doing this together, it can go by a little more quickly. Because that's the point. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set him to focus. Because Flashlight and Word of Glory, I have with Healbot, will... I could heal him up if he gets low on health. Because, again, I'm a nice person. He pulled that guy. We'll kill that. And if he's doing the same quest we are, he should follow me out. So there we go. There is a copper node here, and I am going to go after that. Oh, and a rare popped up. So we're going to go back, and we are going to kill that. Just going to do that, and if that guy decides to follow us, we'll let him. So Mother Fang is in here. And hopefully no one else is trying to do rares. And believe it or not, this is actually the second time I've tried to record this video. The first time I did, I had massive audio problems because I did not test my equipment first. Because I'm a total noob. Total noob. But I did about, I don't know, 2 hours worth of testing, and now the sound is, I wouldn't say perfect, but it is way better than what it was when I started. That, and I found some background music. I noticed that it was just silence, which was just not cool. So we do have Mother Fang here. And we're just going to work on killing her and her friend there. We're now at level 9. There we go. There's that rare. And it gave us a pair of leggings, which we could use, but we wear plate. And what we can do is we can sell that on the auction house. Which is fantastic. And we're going to go after that copper node because I just realized that we did not get it. I think it's down here. So we're about an hour into this recording. So if you are still here, bravo. I'm proud of you. Because this isn't the most exciting content that there is on YouTube. Just being honest with you. It's gonna get exciting when we get out of you know, kind of the main zones where they kind of take you. When we get to the Burning Crusade expansion, for sure, it's going to get interesting. Because as I said, I've been through it. I just haven't been through all of it. So it could be a nice change of pace. And then same thing with the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. That would be nice as well. We're going to turn in these quests. Our bags are full. So we're going to have to do something about that. We'll sell off anything that we can't use. We might hit Stormwind to put some stuff on the auction house because I think about half of our bags are being used for mats. Which is not going to allow us to progress faster. If I didn't mention this before, the music is royalty-free music. I have it off of something called Pixabay. Just a little background noise to make the video not so boring. And again, we have some free mats here. Someone else did the work. All we have to do is collect. There's another fishing trainer here. If you wanted to do it here, and if you forgot to do it. And there's the skinning trainer here as well. But again, we got all of our professions. So, oops, wrong button. I'm hitting wrong buttons all over the place. So we don't have to worry about getting more. Not until it's time to make a change. These people are sitting by a fire. That's nice. We're gonna borrow their fire. No, we're not gonna borrow their fire because we need to vendor off some stuff first.
Looking for something specific? See you around.
So next we'll put down our own fire. And we're going to grab our shovel. We're going to put their fishing here. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention is we'll probably be designing a few macros in World of Warcraft. If you've never done that before, it's okay. It's just something that's going to help us maybe be a little more efficient. Sometimes we may want some spells to come directly after another spell. And macros are really good for doing those kinds of things. Or making your cast bars a little tidier by adding different buttons. Not like a keybind, but having multiple spells on a keybind, or on a keybind, on one action bar button, which does come in handy. I use it a lot on my druid and on my priest, which are at max level right now. Now that that's done, we will turn in the quest. And once we get our next set of quests, so next we'll have to go all the way over there, but first we're going to toss some of these mats onto the auction house. Just because I don't want them sitting in our bag. We'll do this. Besides just putting them on the auction house, we'll put some stuff into the bank. So that way we're not holding on to it and we can use it later if we need to. And we're sitting at 1 gold 27. We broke the 1 gold mark. So we're gonna go to the auction house, and within the auction house, that trade skill manager, I don't really use it to post things, because within the price, within the tooltip, I can see the price that it's also being sold at. So I can just put it on there, and I like to look at what's called, well, what I call it is the order book. I don't know if that's the technical name for it. And I will make some assessments on where I might want to sell something. So if we take a look here, right, there's 109, 186, and 770, and then this 36, almost 37,000. I think I could put it here and make some gold there. Taking a look here, we got a couple, we have almost 4,000 here. We're just going to sell it there because I don't think that we'll be able to get through it. Here, we can, someone only has 4. And if we had enough gold for this, which we don't, we would buy that out, and then we would sell it at like 75 silver. But since we just have 1, we'll sell it at 75 silver. Because I think we could get that for that. Now here, someone's selling at 9.99. We'll do that as well. This never goes for much gold. But again, same logic. We're just gonna go to where there seems to be a hidden hand of the market, which is what I like to call it. If we put it down here, someone would need to buy all these in order to buy ours. So the closer to the top it is, the better. But you know, if I put it here, I'm only making 11 gold. If I put it here, or not gold, silver. If I put it here, I might be getting 44 silver, which is a 4x increase. So we want to make sure that we're selling our items effectively. And so that way we can maximize our profit. So the last time this sold, it was for just under 1,000 gold. And if we take a look here, the people are selling it for almost 1,000 gold. Now, there are a couple different strategies when it comes to selling an item like this. You could try to match what they have here, you know, just click and go, but you're probably not going to sell it at that. It's too expensive. Now, what you kind of want, another option you could do is you could, if someone is trying to flip these things, look at trying to find it on the auction house. And right now, if we take a look at our gold, we're sitting at 116. 900 would be nice, but would 450 also be nice? Yes, it would also be nice. So we can undercut them massively, see if there's someone who's looking to flip this item, and we can try to make money on that. And as we're sitting here talking about this, we already sold the leather. Right? We sold the leather. And so we got 24 gold coming in our way, and we currently have 498 gold worth sitting on the auction house, which is nice. So potentially 500 gold coming our way just within the first hour of playing. Not bad. Now we're going to make our way back to Elwynn Forest, Goldshire specifically, and continue questing. So now we are back, and we don't have to walk all the way to over here. You could, if you didn't have a life. There's actually another quest in here to finish off. And our cloth sold and our gem sold. See?
You need something?
Just
See
work in the
you.
auction
Have
house.
a good one. How are you?
It's all about what you can do and what you're willing to accept. So hopefully someone buys that recipe. Someone else who's doing like a completionist, not a guide, but just their own completionist thing that they're doing. Not to post on YouTube or to post on YouTube, doesn't matter. But it might be something that they're looking for. So here we can jump on this charger. It's not my mount. We're not there yet. We're not at level 10. We're at level 9. But we'll get there. A little more about my keybinds. I have R and T, and I usually have, and since I started using LVUI, I didn't put it on there, but we will make that change now. So RT and F and G. And I like having those because it's right next to the WASD that you use to move. And so you can put things there that that you might use a little more often, but aren't part of your main toolkit. So, for example, I have Hand of Reckoning here, which is a taunt, which will aggro an enemy onto you. Very useful in dungeons. I will be using it to pull enemies to me if I'm in the middle of a fight, and my ranged attack, which is Judgment, is on cooldown. It has an 8-second cooldown. This has a 12-second cooldown. So it's just a way to pull more enemies in to be a little more effective. So we made it all the way here. Guard Thomas. We're gonna kill these, or we're gonna get that. So the first quest here is wanted James Clark, and we're gonna come all the way over here, and we are going to kill that bastard. Why? Because there was a bounty on him. He's wanted for robbery, burglary, arson, and murder, and kidnapping. Bad guy. He must die. And us being a paladin, we care about those things. Deeply. Oh, so deeply. I don't. It's a game. But in real life, yes, I do care. Couldn't do those things. There we go. And we got a quest off of that. I'm just gonna accept it. There is a quest over here that we're gonna pick up.
Need help? Be careful.
There we go. And that one is to get some linen scraps. And there's a Griffin Master here, and we're gonna pick that up just in case we need to fly. Flying unlocks at level 30.
Hey there.
That's another reason to stop at level 30. Because flying,
Be careful.
instead of trying to walk around and do different things,
Be careful.
is so much better. And I realized we forgot to sell our mats. So the Traveler's Mammoth now, or not the mats, the cooking stuff we did. And we'll deal with that. And I believe now we can pick our specialization. So we'll pick the tank. There's Holy and Retribution, but we're going to pick the tank. And for the talents, we're going to use the starter build, and we are going to be modifying that as we go. Because there's an ability here that the starter build makes you pick, which I believe is Blessed to Hammer. Good for dungeons, not good for just questing the way we are. So we'll swap that out for Hammer of Righteousness. The rest of it, auto, that's all we need. This is a passive, we don't need it. all my damage mitigations, I always put on F1, F2, F3, and F4, just because I like it that way. So we got a bunch of quests now. Dungeon Finder's unlocked. With that being said, I'm thinking about also doing another series where I just level up through dungeons. If that's something that you guys are interested, please put it in the comments below, and that is something I can do. And when I say level up through dungeons, it's going to have to be the regular content, because I don't know if you can select the older content to do dungeons on. But that was the way that I used to level up a lot of my characters back in the day. Cataclysm, Mist of Pandaria. I would just run dungeons as support/heals, just to get through. You get a decent amount of gold, and I've always found it a great way of leveling up. And while I'm working on these two guys, I'm going to grab the summon random mount. And when I did my initial recording, I built a favorites list to show off some of the, I wouldn't say unique mounts, but the unique ground mounts, because, well, we can't fly yet. So there was no point on putting the flying mounts into the list. I find that when you can't fly, the flying mounts just look a little clunky, because they're more designed to look nice in the air, not on the ground. So working on collecting the wood, and then we'll do the collector's ring, and basically we're just going to go down this list here and complete these quests. Okay, so that's done. There's Murloc quests. They have a drop. And now that we're now officially in tank spec, we can start grouping up some enemies and AoEing them down, because our spells now have a little more robustness in them, allowing us to be able to take the brunt of a little more damage. Another change, our judgment now gives us holy power, which is nice. That gave us a bunch of mats. Right? And that's the whole point on pulling in a bunch. It's just to maximize, everything that you're doing. I'm healing myself with Holy Light. Working on getting the Holy Charges. Putting concentration down, because now it helps us, or it will help us eventually. I think that might be a talent specialization. I believe it eventually provides some damage reduction. I'd say at this point we're probably about halfway through the quest for this zone. We should probably think about to go around and find some of those rare mobs. And so maybe after doing this set of quests in this part of the zone, we will look at finding more of those rare mobs. So the rare mobs that are in this area. We got the spider. I don't remember what the spider was called. But I have a map kicking around in my assets here to help me locate where the rare spawns do show up. There are 2 copper nodes here, so we're gonna get that. And I have a rough idea where the mobs are. So, just don't remember the names of them. Right, our bags are getting full again, so after killing this guy, we're just going to pull out our Tundra Mammoth. Sell anything that is not going to help us out. Do anything that we don't need, and we'll continue on. I also have Bagon, which will clean up the bags, sort things. That'll be handy when we have more bags. Alright, so we got our linen scraps. So here we're gonna kill some forest wolves and bears. I almost decided to do this video series with the druid because I really do like the druid class. Best way to explain it, they got the best of everything. If you wanted to play support, they got it. If you want to play tank, they got it. If you want to play like a rogue, you got it. It's an amazing, well-rounded class. Or if you want to play a caster, it's all there. Paladin is kind of that way too, except where there's no ranged. So far, we only have one ranged ability, and that is Judgment. Which isn't a huge problem, but you can't just switch it up if you get bored of that one style. I could switch from a melee tank to a melee DPS. And they do have some more ranged abilities, which we will see. But that won't be for a bit. So we're going to see if we can get a few of these guys together. And we're going to keep going this way because there is a rare spawn that shows up over here. And just because we are also trying to get rare spawns, we are going to just try to make efficient use of our time when we're in particular areas that will allow us to do so. And And there he is, fed fennel. And we're just gonna run in there. See how tanky I am. And there we go. He's toast. Just make a note on that one. Let's, I can get a nice straightaway. Looks like there's a node over here. So there's small frog. I got a few of those, or one of those. I got one of those. Don't need more. They're a dime a dozen. So, we're still working on the forest wolf and the young forest bear. We'll continue doing that. And kind of like what I said before, I hate just pulling one mob. Why pull one when you can pull 5? So if there's anything that you think that I am leaving out in this challenge guide, again, I still haven't really decided on a technical name for it besides World of Warcraft, New School, Old School. Let me know what you think is missing, or what needs to be added, or what could be done differently just to make it better. The idea is to try to do everything in one take. And everything on camera. So just finishing off collecting that last quest here, which is just to murder somebody. And I'm just gonna find a map on my other screen here of where all the other rares are. And again, I'm just, since I'm a tank class, I can take on quite a bit and not have to worry too much as long as I'm using my mitigation effectively, or if my cat doesn't try to step on the keyboard and totally wreck the flow. And our bags are full. Shocker.
Inventory is full.
There we go. Now that we've lightened the load a little bit, we're still gonna sell things, so we'll get back on that mount. We'll turn in these quests, and we will start hunting rares. While doing some questing. So the one that we killed was Fern Fennel, and then we got the Mother Fang.
What can I do for you? Go with honor, friend.
I can't carry anymore.
That's a bun on equip. We can sell it in the auction house.
Greetings. Light bless you. Go with honor. Light bless you.
And as a tank, you want to have a shield, so that way you can use all of your abilities. So you're going to be stuck with one-handed weapons.
You need something? Safe travels.
So on this side of the map, we got everything for rares.
Honor, friend. Be careful.
There's
Light
actually one in the starting zone, it looks like.
King's honor, friend.
So we'll head
With
back
alliance.
that way. And we did get another bag, so things are looking a little nicer. We'll hit the tidy button. That we don't, well, that we kind of have to keep, but this we're going to sell to a vendor. This we're going to keep. And we will sell that off now, so that way we don't have to worry about it. We're at 2 gold. 2.5 gold. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, apparently there's a rare up here. that we'll have to get. I was unaware that there was a rare in the starting zone.
It's too far.
And our copper ore sold for 2 gold, 50 silver. So just showing you how to work the order book. That is something that I learned in retail, and I learned when I was learning how to trade stocks. It works well on high volume items, just as a little side note. So yeah, next we'll go to the starting zone, and we're going to use the Griffin Master to get us to Goldshire, and then Goldshire we're going to have to walk, or not walk, but use a mount to get to Northshire. And he's gone. And he gave us a bag. Good enough. So now you see I'm starting to get a bit more bag space, which is making life a whole lot easier. Alright, so the next one is over here, and it's Morgan the Sly. And we're just going to run through all this. We don't necessarily need to kill it. When you're on a mount, you can generally outrun anything that's going to be attacking you. I think the only way that you can get off your mount is if they stun you. So that's something to watch out for. And I think in one of these houses might be the one down here. There is a waterlogged chest here, and we'll get that. Because these kinds of things will contain recipes, maybe some gear, which is nice. So this one had a cooking recipe. Morgan the Sly showed up. I just need to figure out where. There she is. She gave us a belt, which is a bind on equip, so we're going to put that on the auction house. Put that there. So next we'll complete these quests that are down here, and I have to see if there's a rare. There are two rares in that area-ish. So we'll go take care of those. But the Sly is gone. Not sly enough to get away from me. Now I know, well, this was back in the day, Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria. Some of the rare spawns have a very long respawn timer. So when we get to those kinds, that in itself will be a separate video, because it's gonna take forever to try to get those spawns. Some copper over here. So we'll wait until the rare binder picks something up, but it should be in this general area. And that one is Narg the Taskmaster. That's who we're going after next. Oh, we got someone else. There he is. Come in with that. Work on tidying up our action bars at the same time. I put the healing spells on F and G. And we got two. There's a bind on equip and a bind on equip. And we're going to grab that one because haste is going to be a very good stat for us. That's cloth, not going to do anything. Back, strength is nice, but I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so we'll grab the node that's here. And the one we got was Narg the Taskmaster. So I need to come a little further over to get the next one, which is... Or no, that was Lightfinger. Yes, that was Thoros Lightfinger. Taskmaster is by the mine. So we'll head over that way. See if it, see if Rare Scanner finds it or not. And then we'll get back to questing. And then there are 2 more in this area for us to look after. So we'll go for that copper, see if it cues the rare. Or get the copper in the mine as well, see if it cues that rare, and then go from there. So we're just going to run through until we find the copper node. Right, we're looking for that rare. And kind of what I was saying before, I'm just using my resources effectively. I'm picking up mats to sell in the auction house. I'm getting ore, and I'm trying to find the rare. It doesn't look like it's queued. So once we get through, we grab this last copper vein, we'll do some questing, and then we'll come back after a few quests and see if Taskmaster has spawned. Oh, there he is. And he drops a balance. And that is a bind on equip, so we can put that onto the auction house. So next we'll turn in these quests. Just make a note here. And back, turning in the quests. Next, I just got to get some boar meat. And again, another reason to like leatherworking right here. Quest. When you do the quest anyways, you can get mats. Nope, I'm just going to be turning in a bunch of quests right now. We're not going to turn in that one, because that's going to be part of the lead-in to the next video.
Hey there. See you later. Have a good one.
Yeah, so at the end of the video, so we'll once all the quests are done, all the rares are done, after we check all the battle pets, I have Fawn, I have Storm, Wind Rat, I have all of them for this zone, actually. We are going to do the auction house, see if anything sells, and that will be today's adventure. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. And if you're still here, again, you probably deserve an award, a medal of some sort. Like I've said before, this isn't going to be super exciting content at first because a lot of you guys have probably seen this zone or other starting zones. There's really nothing visually stunning about them. They're just kind of regular kind of quests. And we're sitting at level 12 right now, because I honestly did not remember. Some of the other skills that we kind of haven't talked about. We can revive our battle pets, which will come in handy eventually.
See you later.
We have a will to survive, which will help us get out of stuns, which I probably could have used a few times. That's a mass res, I think. Redemption brings dead ally. Oh, that one's just a res. That might be useful if we end up questing with people, but I really don't see us using it all that often. And we are going to just work on the talent tree here. It's going to give us a new ability that I really like using. It's Avenger's Shield, and basically you throw a shield like Captain America. I believe the first target it silences, so it's an interrupt. It's a great way to enter into a fight, or just silencing an enemy, preventing them from casting for 3 seconds. So heading up over here, let's see if there's a rare. Yeah, there's a rare. Oh, no, we got that one. So there's one more. Rough Swift Blade. Grab that. Grab that. And that. We hit 100 quests. Isn't that exciting? Maybe to some people it's exciting. It's a little exciting. Just selling the stuff that we're not going to put on the auction house or use. And we'll start there. And so next is to get some armbands from some gnolls and kill Hogger. And this area here, there should be a rare as well. And so we'll take our time going through here, just so that we have that. And we're looking for Gruff Swiftbite. So we almost have all the armbands. There he is. There's the last rare that we need to get. So again, I like using that to open the battle or the conflict. Just start the activity. I'm blanking on words. And we got a couple more things that we can put on the auction house. That's the other advantage about doing rares is you'll get plenty of things that you can do auction house with, or just to gear up your character. So we're just going to turn in these quests, and this should be just about all the quests for this zone. There's an achievement that goes along with completing quests in the zone, and so we should see that pop when it happens.
Well met. Be careful. Go with honor, friend.
So we have 2 quests for Westfall, which is queuing us to get into the next zone. But we have 2 more quests for Elwynn Forest. Just getting ready to turn this one in.
Need help?
And then the other one is in
The Alliance.
Stormwind. Oh, we got an upgrade on that.
How
Not
are
that we
you?
needed that because we'll be replacing it probably within the next session. So we just have to sell that, sell that. That's garbage. And the rest of this, we can put on the auction house or save for ourselves. Looks like we're gonna be going to the Dwarven district, and I'll show you where the what do you want to call it? Where the auction house and bank are up there. I normally use this one over the other one because the Horde tend to like to mess around in Stormwind. And it just, they tend not to go to this auction house and that bank. So first, since we have been doing a lot of mining, we are going to go to the mining trainer and see if we can learn some more stuff. And we did. But it looks like that was for Cataclysm, which we are far away from. And in here is that quest.
See you soon.
And the Stormpike delivery is all the way here. There is a flight master there, but getting there is going to be a bit of a pain. So we're just gonna hide that quest for now. And when we get up there, we'll just turn it in. So we have 61 gold coming in, which is fantastic. It's almost enough to fix up our bags. Once we get to about 100, 150 gold, we can fix up our bag situation. Well, first we're going to take our scraps and we're going to turn them into whole pieces of leather. And now, getting into here, I'm okay with selling it for that. It's just one. Here, we are going to sell it here. Cloth. We're going to do the same thing as before. This we're going to use for cooking. This we can open up. Sometimes you can get like a pearl. Not likely this time. All right, this stuff we're just going to sell. Now here, that doesn't have a sell price. I'm just going to put it for, I got two of them. I'm just going to put them for 20 gold apiece and see if anyone takes them. Here, that looks like it's going for about 100 gold. It's sold once for 950, but I'm just going to put it in for 100. The belt here, last time it sold was 105. I'm just going to put it in for 50 because I really just want these pieces to move. I really don't want to have them sitting around. This one here went for 59. I'm going to put it for 25. And this belt here, it went for 500 last time. And maybe we'll put it for 100. We'll just see what happens. So with that being said, with all that posted, 805 potential gold coming in. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So that is pretty much it for the session. I hope you enjoyed. I would like to continue to do more videos like this. And I'll do probably 5 and then see what the reaction is online. And I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching and have a good rest of your day.